Good morning, Europe. This is the Tuesday show.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday, indeed. It's a special from Malmö.
Not quite live, but nearly live.
Semi-live.
And all three of us very much live on the same sofa.
In the same room.
For the
are,
very
we
first
actually
time
are.
in the history of the Tuesday show.
Exactly.
I'm normally a face on a webcam, but I'm here.
I
right
feel
now.
uncomfortable.
I feel like a face on a webcam right now. I'm here. And Felix, tell us what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, as we just said, we are in Malmö. It's the Saturday of the Eurovision Song Contest 2013 final.
Love it.
20 songs have qualified in 2 semi-finals and will perform tonight along with 5 countries and the host, Sweden. Next to me on the sofa is Noel from Ireland.
Hello.
And Martin from the United Kingdom.
Hello, hello.
I'm Felix from Germany, if you didn't know by now. So, what's the topic?
The topic is Semi-1.
Semi-1.
Semi-1 would be the logical place to start. Tuesday night, Semi-1.
Yeah.
10 songs from 16 qualified, and you would think in such an easy semi to qualify there would be no surprises, but there were surprises. First surprise, I suppose, at the bottom end of the scoreboard, none of the Balkan countries qualifying. Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Montenegro, the astronauts, all went out. So big surprise, no Balkan countries from there in the final, and we'll come to Semi-2, none from there either. So what do we think? Crash and burn for the Balkans.
How do you explain the results?
How do I explain them?
Yeah, you're the analyst.
They're not my fault. Montenegro was even in my top 10 in that
Well,
semi.
of course. Wonderful.
So was Croatia, actually. Yeah, it's hard to explain. I can't imagine that they were all that low with both the juries and the televoters. I mean, sure. I mean, yeah.
Well, you may be right. I mean, I think in a way that may be the problem. Croatia could be a real jury song, but maybe it got no televotes.
Yeah.
Montenegro could be a big hit on the televote. I bet the UK gave it televotes,
Yeah.
but maybe it got no jury points at all. So maybe they fell out for that reason. Or alternatively, maybe the other countries were just stronger. And this takes us to an interesting point, which is the return of some traditional Western European powerhouses of the contest, which means Belgium qualified.
Yay!
And it also means for the first time since 2004, the Netherlands qualified.
Fabulous.
With the wonderful hologrammatic Anouk, who is not actually here in Malmö at all.
No, she's
and
not.
in fact, they just programmed a computer to beam the image of Anouk onto the stage, and they programmed it very well because the hologram sings perfectly. Occasionally it looks into the camera and opens its eyes, but that's harder to program. And hologrammatic Anouk is in the final.
Yes.
The Netherlands are in the final.
But I heard the Dutch fans that are dressed up as birds are actually real.
What they're...
The fans are real.
The
The
fans-
birds are real.
Storks on the bus.
Really?
Really?
Oh, wonderful! So they're really going for it. Will they be
tremendous.
falling down from the rooftops?
They
Though?
were
I
actually
hope
sitting
so.
there on the seats.
On the
the
seats.
way to the Malmö arena.
But not falling down.
They're not-
Maybe after
Not
the
yet.
show. Maybe
Yeah.
after the
Yeah,
show.
maybe they'll throw
Probably
themselves
after.
from the arena.
Well, and
After some Spendrups.
indeed. No, not too many other huge surprises in Semi-1, I would say.
Not really.
One might say your very own Ireland qualified.
Yay!
I'm sure you're delighted about
Love that.
Again,
Ryan Dolan.
Screaming my tits off.
One of the Western European powerhouses of the
Exactly.
contest,
Oh,
the spiritual
them were the
home of the
days.
contest.
Oh, please.
It's all about the dancers, isn't it?
It is all of it. It's about those drummers.
And if you haven't seen our Hot in Malmö gallery on the website,
You should.
check
You
it out.
should.
The Irish boys know it. That's the great thing. They know they're being watched
Oh, they
by
do.
everyone, and they're loving it. So
They're
it's fun.
loving it.
I think the only other thing to say about Semi-1, surprise-wise, if you call it a surprise, would be the qualification of Lithuania.
Well.
Now
That's something.
That's something. That's really something.
Well.
That's about all I can say about that. It is really something.
Andreas Pojavas is staying in this very house,
Yeah,
but
he
he
is.
is unfortunately not here because it's just
He's rehearsing.
now rehearsing.
Well, exactly. He's got to be at the arena. It's a busy day for him. But you know, knowing him, even if he's meant to be on stage or in backstage or in rehearsals right now, he'll probably come wandering through that door and start wiggling his eyebrows at us anytime.
As he should.
I think
Anytime he likes.
He's quite a random character, so anything's possible.
You'll get it, the show is pre-recorded.
Well, exactly. Of course.
It's YouTube.
Of course. I mean, come on. As if we would
We
be.
couldn't do this live.
As if we'd be awake on a Saturday morning.
Oh, please.
So anyway, I think that just about sums up Semi-1, unless anybody has any other thoughts.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about Lithuania is that actually, while I was complaining about it being hopeless, Actually, my mother said she thought it was better than a lot of them.
Oh,
So-
well, our chat room regular Yami got a text from his mother as well, saying,
Oh.
saying that she really liked the guy from Latvia. she meant Lithuania, so maybe he's a mother's favourite.
Maybe he is.
And we have some
Yeah.
other mother's favourites in the second semi-final. We're going to come to that in just a moment. So,
Yeah,
when you're ready,
the horse is drinking.
it's not vodka.
No, because alcohol is not free.
No,
Which takes
if
us to
only.
semi-two.
It does take us to semi-2.
That
It
was
does
quite
indeed.
clever.
That was a good link.
That was.
We didn't practice that or
No,
anything.
honestly.
Well, we
Just-
did never do that.
I was going to say, as if we practiced this. just to prove it, I've actually, for continuity purposes, I've taken off my accreditation because I realise wearing your accreditation when you don't need to makes you look like a dick, and everyone does it when they're around Eurovision. So anyway, moving on to semi-2. I think.
I remember this then.
Do you remember this?
I do.
Well, you
which
should
is
do.
good.
You should do. 'cause
Well,
you-
It was
you-
only on Thursday.
You were
Thursday.
there. You were there. I can't speak. You were there with us.
I was.
We watched it, and the big surprise, I suppose, it was going to be a tough semi anyway. You know,
Yes.
12 or 13 from 17 could have gone through, but they all could have gone through. I'd say the big surprise is Israel.
Oh, yes.
Israel
the
is
big
a surprise.
Do we have any idea why she didn't qualify?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Do tell.
Oh,
Well,
go on then.
I think the song is very good. Let's get that sorted out right now. But I noticed by myself and by a lot of people who I talked to that they needed some time to get into the song. That on first listen, this is a very difficult song, a very uninstant song. So the televoters weren't at that stage yet yesterday. They only heard it
Yeah.
once, and they only heard it yesterday.
Now, this is what the juries should
On
be there
Thursday.
for, in
Yeah.
theory. The juries should be here to counteract that. But if the juries didn't vote for it enough, then, you know, a middle jury result and no televotes, out goes Israel.
I blame her dress. I mean, speaking
Yeah.
of big, I mean, certain parts, I mean,
And that's the trouble. Again, if you're talking about first impressions, it's a difficult song, but it's a difficult look that she has. And I don't think it's a bad look, it's very specific. But you can see a lot of people, the first time they see that, just thinking,
well,
What is
on
she
earth that?
wearing?
Yeah.
yes.
And I don't think that helped. I don't think that
I
helped.
didn't like the diamond by her tits.
Well, there is that.
I mean,
You didn't?
I did. I mean, I thought I would love that.
Well, if
But
we're
no.
talking about diamonds, some diamonds did qualify. Those being the diamonds on the jacket of Cesar from Romania.
Crikey.
And that's only the start.
I think
That's only the start.
That's nothing.
I need to hold this into the camera. I have here is my Caesar pen.
Yes.
You need to say that, guys.
Yes, yes. We were in the press centre watching some other rehearsal actually, and two guys from the Romanian team just ran past basically and slammed down on the surface Cesar pens and Cesar CDs and ran away as quickly as possible. Probably
As
with
you
good
would.
reason, because let's face
Yeah.
it, you know, in certain countries that's considered highly criminal. Cesar qualified.
Yes, he
Romania qualified. Romania qualified, which seemed so unlikely before this week, and yet somehow
Well-
momentum is with Cesar right now.
So we got the headline on the German tabloid Bild. Dracula wins over the Salvation Army.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes, indeed.
How fabulous.
Which proves, as every person who grew up in heavy metal like me knows, the devil has the best tunes. So we're happy about that. And we're also happy as a well, I can't speak for you, Noel. I know the two of us are very happy to have Hungary in the final.
Oh, I'm happy.
I'm
I'm
happy
happy.
to have kept the
I
show.
genuinely think it's one of the best songs in the contest, and you never know with these songs that are so different from the usual Eurovision thing. That can be good or it can be bad, and in this case, it seems to have worked, and I'm really
It was
glad.
good.
I know a lot of people they are not into Eurovision, that they will vote for this.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that could be interesting in the big final.
And
We'll
the
see what
guitar
that goes.
player helps.
The guitar player does help, and the backing singer. They're
Why
both-
does the
for
guitar
very
player-
different reasons.
she's
Yeah.
For very different reason.
She's dancing to everything in the
she's-
Euro Club
She's,
and
she's
all
having,
kind of
she's having the
parties.
best time here.
Yeah,
She
she
is.
is
really
having
is.
a really good time.
And then, as you say, the guitar player has arms, so you know.
Well,
there's something for everyone.
he has a microphone too for some reason.
Well, yes, they got rid of that at yesterday's rehearsal, but yes. I think the only other real big story, well, I suppose, would be Malta qualifying. That was quite
I'm
nice.
thrilled.
Exactly, that's nice, it's nice.
I'm thrilled.
And he is such a nice guy. I mean,
He
he was
is.
just at the first dress rehearsal for the final. He was practically laughing his way through the song. He's clearly so happy to be
He's
in the final.
delighted.
So I'm very happy he's there. Otherwise, mostly the favourites qualified,
Yeah.
including some usuals like Armenia and so on. So there's really only one big story left, apart from Esma. We're very sad to lose Esma, but
You are very sad.
I'm very sad.
I want
Esma-
everything she wears.
Esma improves everything.
She
Esma
does.
improves every song. She should be on every song. But no, the one big story, of course, was the
Well.
fan fave. Big winner in a lot of the polls. Okay, Denmark was ahead and so on, but San Marino has been high in all of the fan polls this whole season. Was seen as a guaranteed qualifier by some people.
Well, yeah.
And it flopped.
Valentina Moneta.
Well, it's
flopped.
San
What can we
Marino.
say?
By Ralph Siegel.
Well.
For the second time in a row.
And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it got just as bad a result as the Facebook song, social network song. It just didn't work. It did not work. The staging wasn't right. The song was already confusing, half ballad, half up tempo. We had that in Cyprus 1999. It failed then. Why should it work this time? But fan momentum.
And she
is
looked
the thing.
very strained. She looked exhausted.
No San Marino in the final, yet again.
Yet again.
But we can come from Chrysalide to I'm Like a Butterfly, which is Ukraine. That wasn't semi-1 though,
Yeah,
wasn't
so
it?
it was something one. I didn't
Oh, with
mention
the
it,
giant.
What do you say about the giant mole?
It's not right. I mean, really, they are just parading him around like a zoo animal, really.
I find it very weird that they only use him for the first 10 seconds.
Yeah,
of the
that's
song.
odd. Though I suppose what would he do for the rest?
Well, he
of
could
it?
come back on at the
Yeah.
end and
Well, I suppose
sweep
he
her
could
away.
and sweep her off.
Or just, prove the law of gravity by picking her up and just
To throw her into the
ground.
fans,
Okay,
wave
cool.
that Israeli hammer, and there you
Throw
go.
her to the fire.
Yeah.
That will make Hilje into the headlines.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've covered the semi-finals there, so I think in the next section we turn our attention to tonight's
Grand final tonight. Yes,
So
we are back.
Oh, we are.
We are
Live it
back.
up now.
Hello.
We're back.
There was no commercial break. You just thought there was one. So, the final
The final.
tonight.
Exactly. Well, the ones we haven't talked about, we talked about some of the qualifiers and non-qualifiers. In the final, we have to look at the Big Five and the host country, Sweden. So, what's been standing out? What's been standing out from the Big Five?
I think that's quite a surprise, but Spain looks very good on screen, actually.
It does.
It does. It
it's-
looks lovely.
It looks lovely. I still fear for the song, especially
Oh,
drawn
yeah.
drawn in fifth place. I was going to say drawn. because
Well, you
producer
know.
determined running order has put it in fifth
I'm
place.
surprised it's that late, to be honest.
Well, I thought they might put it first, but instead they put France first, which
that puzzles
I
me.
can only assume the delegation wanted it, because to be honest, if I was SVT, if first is seen as not a great position, I would go around to the delegation and say, hey, do any of you want to be first? Do any of you want to be early? And see if they do. And maybe France said they wanted to. It's a
some
strange opening song.
It is. That's going to
It's
frighten
very,
children.
very strange.
Exactly. Which, well, that's fun. That's
Well,
good.
that can be
That's
a
good.
game for
A
frightening the
a
kids.
frightened child is a good child. It's a well-behaved child.
It's a well-behaved
This
child.
is how I
Shut up
understand-
for the rest of it. Yeah.
This is how I understand parenting works. This is why I'm not a parent. We have Bonnie Tyler for the United Kingdom.
The United
Bless.
Kingdom.
Yeah, I don't.
World star for the United Kingdom.
I'm not sure she's going to get the best result in the world. There's noise going on in the background. They disapprove of Bonnie Tyler, and I don't disapprove of Bonnie Tyler, but I think the song is just not quite interesting enough. But we'll see.
I don't think so either.
We'll see. Germany, of course.
If Germany, Cascada,
Cascada.
big international star.
Again, another one.
Stomping
Lots of
down
solid
that
records.
catwalk.
I mean,
Love it.
she whatever result she gets, she's getting the most out of that. She really owns that. It sounds big.
Oh, yes.
It's a big. There's lots of long
The
shots. to show
staging works, the lightning works,
Exactly,
the
loads
lighting.
of long shots to show the flags flying. It's basically a big party song. It could do
Fabulous.
well.
Oh, I hope so.
Could do well. At the other end of the Big Five, there's Italy, of course, which is introspective to the point where Marco does not find a single camera
Oh, dear.
deliberately.
And I don't think this will go well at all.
I have no idea. I have no idea. People whose
don't
opinion
get
I
it.
trust think it could win. Could Italy win?
God.
Anything
mean-
could.
Well,
Anything.
yeah, no, of course. Anything
Cesar
could.
could.
Cesar
Well-
could, maybe. More
Actually, I was just going to say.
but But yeah, Italy,
Terrifyingly enough.
I don't know. Italy is it's a piece of kind of real world music, a bit like Hungary.
Is
Real
it?
world music put into.
Is that the real world?
Well, it's the
or
real
not?
world in Italy. You know,
That's
he's a
horrible.
big star there. But no, I think it's the kind of thing that. It makes no concessions to Eurovision at all.
Oh, no,
it just says,
No.
typical Italy, we're taking this and we're just
We
putting it in
like
Eurovision,
this.
and we'll see
Here
what
we
happens.
go.
And we'll see what happens. Only one left before we turn attention elsewhere is,
Yes.
of course, the host country.
Then there's Sweden left.
Then there's Sweden.
Robin Stjernberg. The song is good until the chorus begins, and that's the weakest point of the song.
Yeah, I think I like the concept of it. I like the style. I think he's quite nice.
He is nice.
He is.
He's
He's a darling.
Yes, he is.
But yeah, the song just leaves a little bit to be desired.
He's very repetitive, really.
It is that.
Yeah.
So it can be a long 3 minutes.
It can.
But honestly, there's not much going on in this contest in that kind of teen pop. He's
Yeah.
not Justin Bieber, but the kind of that
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
There's votes for that.
But there's Cesar.
There's Cesar.
There's Cesar.
Well, obviously every televote in Europe will go to Cesar, so we don't need to worry about the rest.
Never mind that.
But that's the big five in Sweden anyway.
Yeah, and before we get to the favorites and predictions, we asked someone who has won this contest before about what his favorites are. Al, from Azerbaijan. Hello, nice to meet you. Did you hear all the songs yet?
Yes.
And the part of Azerbaijan, which is very good. What's your favorite?
My favorites are. Is it okay if I take examples for first semi-final?
Of course.
I guess it's Denmark, Netherlands, it's Belgium. From the second semi-finals, of course, Azerbaijan. It's there are a lot of countries actually that I did like, but I'm really supporting Azerbaijan, of course, Denmark, and Netherlands.
Okay, thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Thank you, you too.
So that was Al's favorites.
Yes. Well, he should know, but
Well, he should.
what does that compare with what the bookmakers are saying? Well, the bookmakers have Denmark as the runaway favourite. It's been the favourite for months.
Forever.
We know that bookmakers can be wrong,
They can
but
be wrong.
still,
Yeah.
Well,
Denmark
basically,
is not unlikely to win.
two things happen with the runaway favourites usually. Either they win by a mile, or they crash and burn. Either they win, and they won last year.
Yeah.
Well,
By
last
God,
year,
they won.
but they
Who was the bookmakers' favourite the year before?
France.
And there were people in the press centre booking hotels in Paris after France's first rehearsal
Oh,
in 2011.
please. Deluded.
Now, all I can say is the bookmakers get it wrong sometimes. With Denmark, you can't see it
However,
crashing and burning. I
no.
can see it not winning, but it will surely be high on the score.
Oh, of course it will.
It should be a top five.
Oh, yeah.
Weirdly, second favourite seems to be Ukraine, which we talked
I
about.
don't
in the
understand
previous section,
that.
Which, I don't know.
No, that's fan wank.
No, well, speaking of which, depending on your opinion, next would be Norway.
Fabulous.
You see, wonderful. That's why we do this. That's why we do this. Nowhere else do you get the words "fan wank" and "fabulous" overlapping like they just happen there. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think it's a really good contemporary song, but I don't think it deserves all of the praise it's getting.
No.
But I hope it does well. I hope it does well. For
I hope
them,
it does well.
I think Norway will be around 12th, I think.
Yeah, I hope it sneaks in the top 10. It would be nice.
Oh, she will.
The usual powerhouses from the east are there, so obviously
course.
Russia is there.
Though Russia had some bad result as well in 2011.
They did, absolutely.
Alex
They could-
Barrow is your fellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, please.
Sparrow's your fellow. Well, Dina Garipova is your. No, I can't
Well,
think of anything. That's fine.
I can think of a few words. but,
Dina is your.
But she got some good comments from people I talked to.
She's a very good singer.
Oh, she is an
She's
excellent
possibly the best
singer.
singer in the competition. Her and Zlata from Ukraine. I don't like their songs, but they're both very good. They're very good. Staging of the year, Azerbaijan.
That's
Oh,
one,
come on.
That's one thing
That's
to
good.
watch.
Oh,
That's one to
yes,
watch out.
that's-
That's the
watch
thing to
out for
watch.
Azerbaijan.
I mean, they're never
Azerbaijan-
out of the top five
Well,
anyway.
exactly, they have a
so-
great
Probably
draw,
never.
and let's be honest, they put their effort into the staging.
Oh, they
Yes.
do.
I mean, what
It
further
seems
can
they
this
do
shadow
want
do?
it back.
Exactly.
So the show
exactly.
might be back to Baku next
It
year.
might be. It might be
Might
indeed.
be.
Or we'll go to a near neighbour. We'll go to Georgia. Who knows?
Oh,
that's the
this
other
could.
favourite. The other one that's riding high.
Well, I hope
So
not.
I would suggest, regardless of what happens with the bookmakers' favourites or not, we make a few predictions.
So,
Surprise winners.
Surprise winners.
Surprise winners
Wow.
What
could
the
be
surprise?
Hungary.
Would be lovely. I mean, I'll be falling over myself in delight if it's even top 10, but Weird things happen sometimes.
What about Romania?
Now that,
Yeah.
well, it's got momentum now, hasn't it? I think Romania could get a very big televote. I think Romania is the one that people will remember, but I wonder if it's got enough to go all the way. But again, could be top 10.
What was your first impression when you saw Romania?
Yeah.
Well, I can't repeat the words, but I was actually on Thursday night when we were watching, because, you know, I had like dirty looks on my faces for certain songs, and I said for Romania, my face couldn't even come up with a look. It was
Yeah.
just completely could not cope with this.
Yeah,
at all.
I saw your face. I was thinking your face had a blue screen of death.
It did.
Shut down completely. It was just, sorry, can't register anything.
No.
With this. I don't know if I'm happy, sad, angry, delighted, or
I
anything.
don't.
This face is not available in your country.
Exactly.
There are restrictions on this face. And honestly, that's how most people will react, but that is Eurovision. That's a Saturday night audience.
Oh,
thing,
big
you know.
time. Oh, yeah.
So who knows? And you know, you've got all these lovely Balkan votes floating around.
They'll
They could go
be,
anywhere,
yes.
you know, they could
Well,
go
they've
there.
no one else
They
to
could
go to.
Greece. They could go to Greece.
Oh, they could go to Greece.
I mean, Greece, I think, is top 5 material.
They will get a lot of votes from those Balkan countries that didn't qualify.
It will, yeah.
Exactly. There's no obvious place for those votes to go.
Because
Those
who
votes
else
could go
would they
to-
vote for?
Could go to Greece. Could go to Italy. It's a bit maybe.
Oh, maybe,
Adriatic
yeah.
thing going on. I don't know, but yeah, who knows? Or again, all the votes just go to Denmark and they win by 100 points. Who knows?
Which could easily
Who
happen
knows?
too.
I hope
think
I hope it doesn't just for a good show.
Yes, I hope it doesn't, but
But it's
quite likely, really.
things like this do happen.
Yeah.
So you know, but there we are. We will know in not too many hours
Few
from now
hours,
if
yes.
if the favourite wins or if something else comes from out of nowhere.
Oh, that would be
and
fabulous.
we'll find out where we're going next year.
And in the end, Lithuania wins.
Yes, yes, and Vilnius is fantastic. So I would go there in a flash.
Oh, I'd go to
there in a
Vilnius,
flash,
oh,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. Get some.
It's some
Some
999.
999, some Baltas, and some welcome nuts. That'd be wonderful. So who knows? Lithuania. There we go. Lithuania. That's our tip.
Oh,
Official Tuesday show tip. Lithuania
Lithuania.
will win. There you go. Lithuania's going to win.
So,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, fanboys, fangirls, and fanwank,
and Fanwang Fabulous.
this was basically the Tuesday show
It
It
was.
was the Tuesday show on a Saturday.
on a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
On the Saturday.
On a
The-
pre-recorded
the
Saturday.
They might.
They're not meant to know.
No, the Saturday isn't pre-recorded. The
No.
show is pre-recorded.
Yes, but the Saturday is real. And it's the
Oh no, the
Saturday.
Saturday's real.
And it's
Yeah,
the
don't
Saturday.
worry.
of the
Your
year.
day is
The
real.
Saturday.
It's okay.
It's the
No
Saturday of
worries.
the calendar, and
We are fake.
Yes.
You're real.
Yes.
Yes.
We're like Anouk. We're just holograms.
We're just holograms.
But your real Saturday is the Eurovision
right
Saturday.
now.
It's the day of the year, and we hope you have a fantastic time wherever you watch the show. And thank you for watching this.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you for watching this. Have a good time. A lot of entertainment, a lot of fun in these 3 magic hours of the
A
year.
lot of wine.
a lot of wine.
Yeah.
And whatever happens with Gianluca, I still want to hold him to my ample bosom.
Oh, well, we'll leave you on that thought.
Well, yes. Do you go to the arena?
I'm going to the arena, I am. So I'll be screaming my tits off with a flag and glitter from a high place.
Lovely, lovely.
Yes, I have a nice view over everything so I can judge accordingly.
You're watching in the apartment?
I'm watching the apartment, but we have a balcony that overlooks Folkets Park where there's a big screen, so we'll keep our ears open and see, you know, is Cesar getting a big round of applause, and, you know, and we'll look out for you as well. In the
I'm
arena.
watching in the press center.
So we have a good mix.
We're everywhere.
Yeah, we're everywhere. We're
That's,
all
that's,
over
that's a
Malmö.
terrifying
we are
thought.
spread all over Malmö.
Even though we are one, we are everywhere.
We're
Yes.
everywhere.
As are
Yes.
you. And this.
Is
Do you have
coming
anything
to you
to
right
add?
now. I have
No?
nothing more
Okay.
to add. Have a great show. That's all.
Have
I
a
can
great
say.
show, and hopefully see you very soon.
Yes.
Hopefully.
For the Tuesday show.
Exactly.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.
Try.
Bye.